Welcome to Chris B Movies. My name is Chris, and I love B movies. And I am your Friday reviewer, coming at you live on Friday, right here. And we're going to be doing a review of a film from 1997. It's a film that I really just had to see. Now, I don't own a copy of this, but if you want a copy of this film, Criterion has picked it up and has a copy of the 1997 version of Funny Games by Michael Haneke. Michael Haneke has done a lot of really wonderful things, and a lot of his library is on the Criterion. Whether you have the Criterion channel, or whether you buy the Criterion Blu-rays or DVDs, you can catch a lot of Michael Haneke's films. So if you ever seen Funny Games and nothing else, you might want to watch more stuff, because he's a great director, producer. And this is an Austrian film. And it's a movie that has subtitles, so if you don't like movies with subtitles, try to steer away from it. But I highly recommend you watching this film. This film is really, really intense, and probably one of the better home invasion films that I've seen. Now, unbeknownst to me, is the film that I originally was going to pick was part of the label week. So because I saw this one on TV and don't have a copy, after this review I'm going to go over some of the major labels that maybe you should check out or haven't already checked out. Or maybe you have and really enjoy these labels. So I'm going to go over a bunch of labels that I think you should definitely check out. So let's get into the movie. The movie's from 1997 by Michael Haneke, Austrian film. And it starts off really cool. The music in this film is really placed well. In the beginning, it shows the family going on their vacation. They're driving in the car, and the parents are playing a game where, guess the classical composer, as they're playing classical music, and they're pretty much right on. So as they're driving, nice, soothing classical music ensues. And once they get to the place of destination, this death metal just kicks right in, which I thought was awesome, because it's basically telling you there's going to be danger coming. Some death's coming. So once they get to their house, which I believe they have rented, and it looks like they have been there before, because there are friends there that they know, that they've seen before. So I'm thinking that it's maybe a yearly, maybe every biannually, they go to this resort area. And basically they're going for rest and relaxation, doing a little sailing, tennis, and a whole lot of golf, because it seems like everybody there is truly into golf. When they pull into where their house is, they meet one of their old friends, and he introduces them to a guy named Paul, played by Arno Fresh, who seems like a very nice kid, very mild-mannered, and he seems very friendly. So as the parents and Georgie are getting themselves ready and everything, Georgie and George go out to the sailboat, try to fix the sailboat to get it ready for some sailing they might do the next day. And the mother's inside cooking. Anna is inside cooking, and all of a sudden she hears this person come in. So she asks who it is, and he says, "Oh, hi, I'm Peter." And he seems like a really, again, very mild-mannered young man. He's like, "Well, I'm staying with the neighbors next door," who she knew. And he's like, "We're doing cooking and we ran out of eggs. Can we borrow some eggs?" So Anna's like, "Oh yeah, no problem." So she goes gets him some eggs, and Peter says his goodbyes. And as he walks out, you hear a crash. He drops the eggs. So Anna goes in and cleans it up and says, "No problem, we'll get you some more." She went and get him some more eggs. Again, he leaves, and all of a sudden you hear the dog right at the door, barking like mad. And again, Peter drops the eggs because he says he's scared of dogs. But as she goes in and is deciphering what's going on, Paul is in there with Peter. So you see both of them. And they basically say that they're afraid of the dog, that they don't want to go back out there unless they know the dog is not out there. So they start wandering around the house, talking to Anna. And at first, it's nice and everything, but Anna's like, these guys are kind of odd. There's really something going on with these guys. And even Paul goes to her husband's golf club and said, "Hey, is it all right if I use some of these golf clubs, hit some balls outside?" And she okays everything, but then after a while, she's like, "All right, guys, you really need to leave, because they seem to be having a little too much fun. They seem to be just going around the house and running into rooms and stuff." So she's trying to push them out the door, literally. And again, these guys are nice guys. They're not doing any harm. but she really feels that these guys are just getting a little crazy, and they're just refusing to leave. So her husband comes in and says, "What's all the commotion?" And he's trying to make peace with both sides. And Max getting very excited. He saw the movie with me. He's trying to make peace with both sides, but then after a while, he's seeing that these guys are just not going to leave, and there's just something going on. And then before you know it, these guys just start attacking them, and basically hold them hostage. And basically they put this bag over the little son's head, and they stop playing what they call these funny games, all types of games, which are not really games. They're games to humiliate the family. And you really don't know what their intention is. And as they're humiliating the family and torturing the family and hurting the family, breaking the father's leg and just really totally torturing them, you see just this evil side of them. They don't scream or yell. They talk in a very mild manner, but they're just so deceiving and mean, and you don't know why they're doing what they're doing. You know that the neighbors in the area know them and that they stand with them, but you really don't know much else about them. So for some reason, and we never seem to find out, they just torture this family, and you hope the family gets away, but really bad things happen during the course of the film. Even Paul breaks the fourth wall quite a lot. So I almost feel like we're in this with him. We're part of this, and that's what makes it inherently creepy. So I'm not going to tell you who lives, who dies at the end, but it's a film that just builds and builds and builds. And then there's a point where they just kind of take off. And then they come back. And it seems like this family just can't escape, even when the mother tries to run out of the house. And you feel like she's free and she's going to get help and everything. Something bad happens and she ends up back in the house again. It's and again, different family members run away at different times during the course of the film, but to no avail. It's a film where I think you know what's going to happen, but you don't want to come to terms with it. There was one scene that is absolutely hysterical. Spoiler alert. If you want to stop watching, if you've never seen this film, there's a scene where the mother shoots one of the guys, and then Paul's like, "Oh, no. Rewind." He gets the remote, and he rewinds it back to the point where she grabbed the gun and shoot him. She goes to grab the gun, and Paul grabs the gun from her. So Peter never gets killed. I've never seen it in any movie, and I applaud Michael Haneke for adding this in, because it's original. Michael Haneke's direction is so spot on in this film. As far as a film of home invasions, Michael Haneke just knows how to just put the peril in there. To the way he shoots the film, he'll go, he'll shoot from the back, and he'll shoot in the front, and he makes it, he makes the camera work very creepy, and at times, like, anybody could grab this thing and just go along with it. And it almost seems like the camera guy is kind of in with Paul and Peter too. At least as he's following, the parents' every movement as well. There's one scene where the father is so hungry he reaches for a piece of bread, and that scene is just like, ooh, so riveting. It's like, oh my God, you feel so bad for him, because it's his despair to just eat something. It's a creepy film, but a very well done film. There's a scene where somebody gets killed, and it's pretty. You don't see them get killed, but you see the after effect, and you're like, oh my God. It's like completely and utterly shocking. So I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna put this one on the cheeseometer. 1 being the best cheese, 1 being the worst cheese, 10 being the best cheese you're ever gonna have. I give it a solid 9.5. It was just a really good, solid film, and I could not take my eyes off the film. All the actors were good. Ulrich Muhe, who played the father George, was wonderful. Suzanne Lothar was fantastic. Arno Frisch, who played Paul, was simply amazing. Now I have to watch more stuff with him. And Frank Gehring, who played Peter, played almost like that quiet type of assassin, who, once you saw his mean side, I mean, it was like, oh my God, if I met this guy, I never thought he would have a mean side. So, but looks can be deceiving. But I would definitely check this one out. Whether you want to see it online or buy the Criterion disc, I highly recommend buying the Criterion disc because this film is very worth it. And if you like all home invasion films, I've never seen this one, definitely check this one out. Now I'm going to go over some of the potpourri of labels that maybe basically I think everybody should check out. One is Vestron Video. I love Vestron, and I love everything they've been doing lately with the Silent Night, Deadly Night films and the Dentist films. They give a lot of extras on the back as well, and they give you these beautiful slip covers with this awesome artwork in there. And Vestron releases a lot of really good classic films that you should definitely check out. Their print is always pristine, and they always hook you up with extras. So definitely check out Vestron. Another one is Severin. You probably know Severin. Severin puts out a potpourri of just different types of genre films, whether giallo, whether old school 80s comedy, whether international horror. And they're just one of my favorite distributors to buy from. And see, over here they give you a beautiful slipcover, and this one is Primitives. And they always give you a sticker. And they always give you like a nice little Severin sticker with it. So you can put it on your bumper or what have you. But if you go back to the Severin site, and they always have these big box sets, and their box sets are truly fantastic, so definitely check them out. Another label you should check out is SRS Cinema by the great Ron Bonk. What Ron Bonk does is he distributes films of very low budget quality but high entertainment value. As you can see with Solitude of the Tormentors, which just looks like such an interesting film. And they have other films like Puppet Shark. And they cater to SOV films, early monster, Godzilla type creature features, which they've been really kicking up as of late. And like that, films from some of the best shot on video directors and producers. So if you're into that type of film, definitely pick it up. I know I am. You should also check out Puppet Shock. It's a hoot. Well, that's it, guys, for this week. Hope you enjoyed, and check out Funny Games. I think you'll really enjoy it. I still haven't seen the remake, but I plan on seeing the remake very soon of Funny Games. So, again, thank you so much for watching. If you want to comment below, comment if you've seen Funny Games or if you're a big fan of any of these wonderful labels. Like if you like, and please subscribe to BodyBags and also Crispy Movies if you like as well. Check out all the other reviewers. They're all awesome, and they all do a wonderful job reviewing films, so check them all out. But don't forget to watch those late night horror movies. Read up on your latest Fright Mags. Don't forget to tune in to another episode of a show called BodyBags. So we're going to have some funny games. We're going to play some funny games.